liter full of tea. I would say I like tea. Sorry. I've been fighting being sick, and so that's why I have it right here next to me. Anyways, all that put aside, sorry if I'm nervous. I get kind of anxious and get a little bit of anxiety when I'm on camera. I love popping on camera to tell people so they can see my emotion, see where I'm coming from, see what I'm feeling. And I want people to see my heart. I posted a video last year sometime. I was signed with another company, and I love skincare. Anybody who knows me knows, oh yeah, she loves skincare. She loves oils. I could talk all day about skin and oils and body care and hair care, and that is just something I have really been passionate about for probably like the last 8 years. There is a point to all of this, by the way. So I stopped doing that business. I have been with doTERRA essential oils going on 6 years. And before you click out of this video, please listen to my testimony. I feel like it will benefit a lot of people. It'll get people thinking and realizing that there's another way to healthcare and life and freedom. My son David is 6 years old. You probably have seen him. You've seen me post pictures of him. You have seen me post the oil, sorry I'm looking down, that we use on David. The sun is shining really bright. There you go. Serenity. David was diagnosed with autism a couple years ago now. Officially, I've known that he was autistic since he was 6 months old. I knew that there was something going on. I started talking to my friend about him, who was into doTERRA at the time, and I just said, there's something weird going on with David. And she kept telling me, you gotta, like, I want to introduce you to these oils. I want to introduce you to these oils. And at first I was like, I was doing Mary Kay at the time. Nothing bad. These are all beautiful companies. Nothing bad against them. I was then with Rodan and Fields, and it just wasn't a right match for me. I have been passionate about health, body care, internally, physically, for a long time. And I finally dropped all businesses. I don't even like calling doTERRA a business because it's a lifestyle. It's a passion. It's taking care of what you need to take care of, what God has given us in nature. And doTERRA has taken that and like harnessed that power and that healing properties that the earth gives us and that God has given us, and they have captured it in a bottle. 6 months old, I tried samples that my friend Elena gave me of Serenity and In Tune. That is, it comes in a roller bottle, but I switch it to a recycled dropper bottle. It's the Focus blend with doTERRA. I love it. I use it on all of us in the family. Love the smell of this stuff too. A lot of people don't. I know this is kind of a side note. Smells very, almost like, poor word for it would be pine sol, but it smells a little bit like that because of the tree oils that are in here. Anyways, I used that on the bottoms of my 6 months old feet. I posted a picture. I said his tics stopped. He had a tic about him where he would hold his hands up in the air and he would hold his breath and he'd like do that. And my mom did daycare when I was at the age of 11 for newborns until they were like 2 or 3 years old. I've been around children my whole life. I am the youngest of 6. I was just used to being in those environments. And when David started doing that, I knew something was wrong. I knew, not wrong, but I knew something was off. So my friend gave me these oils and I wiped them on the bottoms of David's feet. So his tics subsided. Within 10 minutes, he was making more eye connection with me, because a lot of autistic children have a hard time looking people in the eye. I don't know why, it's just that way. And he was calm. I don't know how to explain it. And if I get emotional, I'm already gonna cry. If I get emotional in this this video, it's because when I put those oils on David, it was like night and day for me. Can't believe I'm crying. I have been using oils on my son for 6 years now. Well, since I've been introduced to doTERRA. And it has made a world of difference when David is having meltdowns where it's almost like he can't see us and he's screaming and he's crying and he's really worked up and he's sweating. There's times where Jeff just has to hold him and wrap his arms around him and kind of have to pin him down because he'll start flailing. We will either rub lavender essential oil on him, or we will do frankincense or serenity. Serenity just matches really well with David's body chemistry. So that was the first like aha and why I am with doTERRA and why I do what I do. Another little testimony I want to tell you guys. There was a night where I was washing my face and it was a little spinner brush and I was washing and then my brush fell down on the floor. I was in the bathroom and I know this is disgusting, but I picked my brush back up and I was like, and so I just kept washing my face. That night, okay, so it was a Friday night, maybe 10 o'clock at night. No doctor's offices are open and I didn't want to go to the emergency room because that's $100. And my eyes started hurting. This is so gross. And when I would push underneath my eyes, it was super tender and they started to itch. And you probably guessed it by now, I had pink eye in both my eyes. It was a God thing that I had listened to this gal. I used to YouTube a lot and listen to a lot of webinars and people talking about doTERRA oils and what you could do with them and what they help with and what they can just basically do inside a human body. And this gal was talking about her granddaughter came home from school one day with pink eye. So she would rub melaleuca and lavender around her eye. Now you never, ever, ever want to put an essential oil directly in your eye, directly in your ears, directly up your nose. You can ingest doTERRA oils. I'm not saying that with every single one, but you can ingest them in a capsule form. I put lemon inside of my water and I'll drink that to cleanse my liver. Anyways, I'm getting off subject. So I got pink eye in both my eyes and I mixed it with coconut oil to dilute it, because lavender oil I refer to as the mother of all oils. She's gentle, but super, super powerful and strong. And I put it around my eye bone like this. Within 10-15 seconds, the itching went away, the burning went away. I didn't need to go to the hospital. And every time that started happening, the itching, the burning, the stinging, I would do this with lavender oil. That was a Friday night. By Monday morning, sorry, someone just rang the doorbell. They're dropping off a package. Madison! Sorry. By Monday, my eyes had no pink eye in them. Lavender essential oil from doTERRA cured my pink eye, both eyes. It took longer than synthetic drugs, but that's okay. I was so like, I'm amazed by these oils. They have changed our life. One more testimony I wanted to give you guys. I'm looking and I am partially blind, so that's my lavender oil. Everybody's body chemistry is different. So For instance, Serenity blend works amazing on my son. It helps calm him down. It helps him sleep. Like, go into that deep REM sleep that we all need, that we're actually getting the rest and recovery that our body needs. But lavender works on my daughter. We all have different body chemistries. One oil will work with one person and their body. That might not be the same thing for someone else, if that makes sense. I used to suffer horribly with sinus infections. I was sick one time for 5 months. I couldn't taste, I could not breathe, I could not smell. And I started wondering, am I ever going to get better? Am I ever going to be able to smell again? And due to the fact that I am partially blind, I was worried about it because my other senses are very heightened. I can hear, my husband always jokes with me that I can hear a flea fart from a mile away. Excuse me. And then my smell is a big one for me, and touch. And then my husband also has said that I have eyes on the bottom, like on my toes, because I do better, because I can't see real well in the dark, than others can who can see, because I'm used to not seeing real well. Anyways, all that to say, the On Guard oil from doTERRA, we started diffusing it. We diffuse it 24/7, all the time. I'm always putting, doesn't matter what kind of blend it is, it'll always have On Guard in it. It's a blend, I'm gonna try to remember off the top of my head, of rosemary, eucalyptus, wild orange, clove, cinnamon. It's a beautiful blend that has changed my health. I have a lowered immune system because of a transplant that I had, an organ transplant of a kidney and a pancreas in 2010. I can't take certain oils from doTERRA because they are so powerful and they'll boost my immune system too much, because it's like a love-hate relationship I have with my medications, that I can't take them because they're that powerful. Peppermint essential oil from doTERRA, 1 drop of peppermint essential oil equals out to drinking 28 cups of peppermint tea in the dry herb form. That's how powerful these oils are. So a little bit goes a long way. I have noticed some of the biggest results, health benefits. I use oils everywhere, on my family, on the bottoms of our feet. Now you're probably wondering, like, why the bottoms of the feet or the hands or the ears. It's called reflexology, and people who are into essential oils or massage or stuff to do with the body's chemistry will know this. We have all of our nerve endings in our hands and our feet, but those, why they are called nerve endings is because all of those nerves and veins and vessels run to our organs. That's why a lot of people will also put oils down the spine, up the spine, however you want to say it, because that is a direct, all of our nerves, everything runs in our spinal cord to our organs, to our blood flow, everything. I would never use any other oil on my family than doTERRA, and I'm not trying to sell anybody on this. I feel like testimonies are huge. They are powerful. My son, I don't have to give him drugs. I want to tell you a little thing before I end here, because I've been talking a lot. Frankincense essential oil passes through the blood-brain barrier. What that is, it's a mechanism of nerves and veins that run from our spinal cord into our brain. It is a proven fact scientifically that medications for ADD, ADHD, autism, anything to do with the brain that scientists or doctors are giving you and prescribing you, it cannot pass through the blood-brain barrier. It sees it as foreign, and it's a foreign object, so it doesn't even reach the brain. Sometimes doctors just prescribe stuff just to prescribe stuff, and they're covering the problem. They're covering it up, they're masking it, where these oils can pass through blood vessels, blood cells. And so my point is with David, frankincense can pass through the blood-brain barrier because it's natural. Our body sees it as friendly. That amazes me, and it may not seem that cool to other people, but frankincense like hits the brain and it heals it, and it does things that would amaze you. I know people may not believe me, but like I've said on posts, how do you know if you've never tried? How do you know if you've never tried? Having health right there at your fingertips, not needing to go and get a drug. Tylenol. Tylenol kicks you in the drawers. Like, it pulls down your pants, basically. I'm sorry if that offends anybody. Tylenol actually lowers the immune system by half. How do I know that? My pediatrician said that to me. He's like, you don't want Tylenol. Don't give it to your children. There are times where I have used it. I'm not going to lie. Because a high fever has scared me before, and I was like, no, I'm going to do Tylenol. So I'm not speaking against that if you do use it. But it actually lowers the immune system by half. So why not grab On Guard or peppermint or melaleuca, which is tea tree, or whatever else that we have, frankincense, you know? Anyways, I've talked enough. Those are just bits and parts of testimonies. I have seen it in other people's lives. I have seen it in my life. doTERRA is exploding. Why is it growing? Why is it exploding? It's because it works. And I want people to be healthy. My mom died 4 years ago from poor health. She had breast cancer, and she said no to me. She said she wasn't into natural things like my dad was, but I had kept offering her. She had a sore on her toe. She was diabetic, and I offered her, can I put some lavender on your toe, Mom? Can I just drop a drop on there, like every day? Let's do it. And she told me no, she didn't want to. She was too scared. I think a couple months later, my mom's blood went septic. She got a horrible infection from that one toe. My mom died. I miss my mom. I see that, and I want people to know there's other ways. Doctors were giving her drug after drug after drug after drug, and it killed her. That's all I got. I hope you could see my heart and why I do what I do. I love you all. I really do. And I just want to give people the chance to turn their health around. I'll talk to you guys soon.